issue and the incidence of terrorism started by the inglorious, wicked nomenclature given to IPOB as a terrorist organization by President Muhammadu Buhari's government. On that basis, everything that is said to be around IPOB was now viewed by the state as that of a terrorist. Meanwhile, IPOB is only in Nigeria that IPOB is seen as a terrorist organization, only in Nigeria. Any other part of the country, the members and leaders of IPOB can go anywhere without such appendage of terrorism against their name. But the real terrorists recognized all over the world, in Nigeria, they are nicknamed bandits, so that they will be taken away from the peering eyes of the international community. The United Nations Convention on Anti-Terrorism makes it mandatory that any terrorist can be attacked by any country. Any terrorist organization can be attacked by any country because terrorism is an international crime against humanity. So the issue of sovereignty does not come up when you are dealing with terrorism issues. But when you come to Nigeria, Nigerian system, Nigerian political environment will spin the narrative, turn it upside down, and the terrorists will become bandits, and the civil agitators will become terrorists. Nnamdi Kanu is essentially a civil agitator, recognized by United Nations and the African Charter, and the rest of the world and the international community as a civil agitator that is non-violent. If you now begin to say that his word of mouth amounts to violence, then you are turning logic upside down. What Nnamdi Kanu has done is to use word of mouth to insult authorities in Nigeria. There is no hidden fact about it. And when there is such verbal insult, it is covered by Nigerian law under the law of tort. You take the person to court on civil rank done against your integrity and against your person. It never comes under the criminal law. So what has happened is a complete trial of Nnamdi Kanu is a complete travesty of justice. Is a complete annihilation of justice. Is a complete turning justice on his head, because he was tried for offense that never existed based on his act, and even in the process, the entire process did not show that the trial was meritorious. The people who merit such trial are left to be moving up and down, even with their sophisticated ammunitions, being negotiated by the states, negotiated with the government, being even paid compensation. And a man who leads an organization that is asking for only one thing, referendum, let us determine our fate in this entity called Nigeria, and you term them terrorists. And because of such, naming the dog a bad name in order to hang it, that is the basis for which the government has just tried Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism. And I can tell you that the rest of the international community, they are watching. Information that we have started getting from the international media say that Nigeria has just exposed their penchant for travesty of justice. There is no reasonable international media organization that has not picked hold with the judgment delivered on Nnamdi Kanu today. And again, to tell you that there is guilty conscience walking around somewhere, why would the judge make a pronouncement that Nnamdi Kanu should be kept in safe custody? Before, where would he have been kept? After the judgment, would he go home? After the judgment, he was supposed to go to correctional center. As a matter of fact, he was supposed to go to correctional center from the very day he was arraigned in court. That is the procedure, and that is the practice in Nigeria. It is a breach of procedure and a breach of the right of the citizen that after taking his plea in court, you still detain the person in the custody of the accuser. The accuser of Nnamdi Kanu is the SSS. you now give order to the SSS to still detain him. When we have correctional centers that could have as well kept him, where others who have taken their plea, including hardened criminals that have confessed to killing communities and villages, you still keep them in correctional center. But you now keep a freedom fighter, a civil agitator, in a custody that is not known to law. The SSS is like a police custody because they are not meant to be kept, for people to be kept for long. They are not official correctional